Hello, welcome back to PlayStation Access. My name's Dave, and I'm joined today by Nath.
Hello.
And this is 5 reasons, Nath, you need to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. In brackets again.
Oh, in brackets?
If I meant the first Modern Warfare.
Quick,
we'll
we
get
started.
Straight in. It's obviously Captain Price.
Of course.
Captain Price is amazing.
Look at the glow on his cigar.
Look at how it gets a bit wet there, and he's sort of like, oh, never mind.
He doesn't, yeah.
He's the coolest man.
A man of
and
adversity.
He might be one of my favourite game characters that I'd sort of forgotten. I played loads and loads of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a lot of the multiplayer. I only tend to play through campaigns once, so I forgot how good this campaign is, and it's largely good because of Captain Price.
He's amazing. The whole SAS side of it. I mean, like, the Americans are fine, but it really nailed, man. I don't know if you spent your, like, when I was a kid, I read like Bravo 20 and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the characterization of those guys is so much, like, it's so true to those books, which might not be real.
I think you're right. Like, they nailed the Britishness. Like,
yes.
the chat, the sort of understatedness of it, the sort of like, ooh, you know, like killing a man, and then just being like, whoops. that kind of thing is absolutely nailed. And in fact, the banter and just the talking in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered is incredibly important. I really noticed it playing the campaign this time around, how you actually do need to listen to what they're saying. They tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I guess, being a slightly older game, objectives and things weren't coming up on the screen so much, or like little mini objectives. You know, you actually had to listen to what they were saying, and it's great that I really enjoyed being with these characters and like learning a bit about them and their relationships and stuff. Gaz and the lads.
Without delivering any spoilers or getting into any of the other things that you might have on this list, it's important that you feel that, because then the end is, you
important.
know, it's good, isn't it? It makes you makes you happy. So that's probably one of the first-person shooters which really surprised me dramatically, made me really like people, and made me sad.
Yeah, I mean, and look at Captain Price here. Literally,
he's thinking,
saves your life.
He's thinking, I won't just let him fall in the ocean. It's Billy Murray, isn't it?
You don't want to go in there, it's wet. He'd probably say.
And
that nicely leads me on to my next point, actually, which is kind of a little bit murky, and I haven't thought it through too much, but it's just
sounds
set
brilliant
pieces.
Oh yes, there are.
There are amazing set pieces in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered.
Do you know? Obviously, I saw the We Are Leaving and the I Keep This for Close Encounters in this level. Obviously, I got that they were Aliens references, but the whole level is called Crew Expendable, which is what comes up on the screen, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's a hell of a level. To be honest, like, when I say set pieces, I think I just mean the levels, because it's not all just about set pieces. I mean, this is an amazing bit. This is just the opening credits, and all you do is sit in this car, and you learn so much about what's going on in this country from this little scene. It's amazing. I mean, you're literally sitting in this car on your way somewhere.
It's so good. I mean, I remember when it came into... I was on Official PlayStation magazine when this came in, and we reviewed it, and obviously we gave it a 10, but it changed the way that we thought. It was just, it was the game which we banged on about for ages, but it was just the imagination. It took a step back from what first-person shooters and just games in general had normally done. You're right, like first-person, we just had a ride around in a Jeep, and it was like incredible. And then there are other, if you haven't played the campaign, we don't want to spoil anything, but it does things which you just don't expect first-person shooters to do. It isn't just about running through and killing stuff and then you standing up and being alive at the end.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, it's so not about that. It really surprised me, and it was such a great experience to play it again. I love this bit because I was just looking at the missiles, like, oh god, look at that. That is pretty bad.
Weren't we trying to stop that?
Oh man! And then look down, and they've all scarpered. Like, oh, hang on, lads. Sorry. Yeah, I'll come in. This is pretty bad. It's there's actually loads of kind of dynamics in the campaign. It's loads of light and dark, loads of like action, and then really quiet periods. There's so many different kinds of gameplay. Like you end up chasing this guy, for instance, this character. There's like an amazing chase scene after this.
What I love about it as well is like it drops in all these different kind of mechanics and variety, but it's really good at like all of them.
Yeah, and it doesn't just feel like, oh, here's this, here's this mission, here's this mission. It tells a story really well. It's really clever how it you work with, you're not just one character throughout, and in fact you're not just one force throughout. You work with the SAS and with the US Army.
Man, this was amazing. I'd forgotten about this.
This is like near the end of a level. Suddenly, this helicopter, who you've been listening to the pilot the whole time, is shot down.
Yeah,
and it's like, there's a whole extra part to this mission that's just kind of happened. It's absolutely amazing.
Man,
You
it
end
was
up
super Black Hawk Down this part. It was amazing. And then, have you got any of Death from Above in here, Dave?
no, I haven't. And
People are going to have to play it for themselves.
I know, Death from Above. Like again, and I am reminiscing because I remember playing it the first time, and that was amazing when that came up. But if you haven't played it yet, you're still going to really enjoy it. And again, it's about listening to your teammates on the ground.
It's so quiet as well. Like there's I mean, you know, it's more realistic than other games. Obviously, it's still a game and it's still a fiction, but
they nailed the aesthetic of that, of Death from Above.
I think this came in with such a high bar that both in terms of trying to bring variety to first-person shooters and bringing a kind of an authenticity to military games, everything since has just been an echo of this game.
There's humour in it as well, Nath. This is the last one. It's just this door opening. Just Time to Impact is just running down, and they open the door, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like, this is what's going on with this door? Anyway, we should move on. I mean, one thing we amazingly didn't manage to touch on is this level, which gets its own entry, which is All Gillied Up.
Yeah.
Which is amazing level.
Do you know, it's one of them things as well where sometimes when you play a game before it's out or before most people have played it and you're just kind of on your own with your own experiences and you're not sure whether something's good. I played this game and I was blown away by the relationship between the two characters and the dialogue and how tight and funny it was. Also, just the course of the mission and running through this level, and then just where you are. You're in Pripyat. You're in on the site of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, and it's this haunted sort of ghost town. Bringing it all together, it's extraordinary, and obviously it's become a classic. And it was really nice to kind of play it before it was, before anyone knew this part. My God, I was just like, is this what the game wants me to do? Am I supposed to be here? Should I stand up? What's happening?
But this is what's so amazing, and this really highlights the whole overall feel of this game, where there's like I said, sort of light and shade, and this is one of those. This level is just about not shooting people. I mean, a minute ago you saw us go through like a password room with four tangos in, and Macmillan's like, don't even think about it. It's like, don't shoot these guys, or we can't take these guys on. Just lie still. You're in your ghillie suit. And
it's so hard as well because I think it's so easy to push up against the boundaries of what a mission like that will allow you to do or should do, and to be led through so competently by an NPC character and feel like they've really got your back and they're really in charge. It's like incredible.
I mean, here he's like, you stay here, I'll take him out. It's, I don't know, like
Susan.
I don't want to go over the top, but it just feels kind of different to other games. And
even now,
you're absolutely right.
Looking at this again, it still seems like games should do more of this. This stuff's amazing.
And it is about their relationship. It's like, I don't know, maybe it says loads about me, but I loved just sort of listening to what he was telling me to do and doing it. Like, move when I say, get down, stop, don't shoot, you take the guy on the left, like all that kind of stuff just made for a really, really compelling experience. And I've picked up All Gillied Up. I think people do remember it. There's amazing levels. It then leads on to this bit, which is excellent. Where
this was right at the end, right?
You get it's actually the next level. Take the shot, and then it all goes a little bit wrong. And it's just, actually I could have picked so many levels. I think this one is an absolute classic, but you need to play this.
It's
again.
A standout, and without giving, I think the last mission is probably just as good, but probably best not to put that on here, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably best.
Right, next thing, arcade mode, which people will remember. It's another reason you need to play this, especially at the moment if you've pre-ordered, and you're going to play this before the multiplayer comes out.
Okay, explain to us really quickly what arcade mode is.
It's exactly what you'd think. I guess you get to play through the campaign again. You could play individual missions, or you could also play the whole campaign. Right. There's an actual mode for just playing the whole campaign without saving.
Yeah.
And you get points for kills.
Right.
You get points for, like wounding, and if you get a headshot, you get the most points. It also then there are multipliers. You can see my multiplier going up.
I see what you're saying.
There's also a time factor, like how quickly you can get it done.
Mate.
And there's then the difficulty level that you choose to use. And as in lots of games, just shooting somebody and having the points pop up next to it is incredibly compelling.
And you're telling people to get on this, on the early access available to people who pre-order, because presumably the leaderboards won't be as full of crazy
all I'm saying
people.
is, Nath, I did this level for you and I popped you into first place right there.
Seriously?
You're in first place. Get it done. Get it done.
That is interesting.
You
I'm number one in the world.
Too could be, apparently so. That's
Not
what
now.
the leaderboard told me. I've got footage of it and everything.
Is that coming up?
It is, yeah.
Should we get a cake out? We should celebrate.
I mean,
with being...
there's only one other name on the leaderboard.
That still counts.
It doesn't matter.
There's still a global leaderboard.
All-time number one. But
with
the
me
problem
on
is, yeah, I know. I mean, I actually did it, but I used your account, which was probably a big mistake.
No, I don't think so. This sounds great. I'm really looking forward. Where is it? Where's the shot?
It's coming up.
So you've gone through the whole level.
So this is the end. So you can see how it scores up. So you get your score based on just all the kills you did. Then you also you earn lives, extra lives as you go along, and the number of lives you end with all count for points.
Reminds me a little bit of
time remaining.
Is it the Spec Ops missions that came up in
that's right. In fact, I guess this
like
was sort of a precursor to that.
New high score.
It's great, a great way to challenge your friends before the actual multiplayer comes out. And I think we're going to see now.
Where am I? Come on.
There you go. Number one.
All time. One.
So
take that, Tuna Bellas, or whatever his name was.
So you
can't compete.
Just saying, it is me, not Nath. Just so we're clear. Which leads me on to the last one. Obviously,
yeah.
I mean, we can write a whole list feature just on this. It's the multiplayer, which is maybe flawless. I don't know. It's like
you've played a lot of it though. You played more than me. I really like it. And then I'll die 5 times in a row, and then I'll really hate it. So we played. This is from some of our footage from COD XP.
Yes.
So we should be clear that the multiplayer isn't part of the early pre-order kind of access.
No.
That people can get. So if you pre-order like there's like specific editions of the game, I think it's the Legacy Edition or the Deluxe Edition, you should double check either way before you get it. You can get early access to the campaign right up until Infinity Warfare releases. We should say that I'm talking about the special editions of Infinite Warfare, pardon me. That won't give you access to the multiplayer, but it is on our list of reasons that you should jolly well play the game again.
Yeah, because it will be you will be getting it later on.
Yeah, once it releases for everybody.
And I mean, it is absolutely excellent. It's maybe even better than I remember. I played loads of it, and there is a nostalgia element to it, but I also just think it's incredibly solid.
I think that there are certain games which are just really good games.
Yeah,
and
that's just a fact.
They age incredibly well, and this is one of them. And it does that thing of it looks like, and the whole game does, but especially multiplayer, looks like I remember it in my mind, which is already remastered. My memories are remastered.
Yeah.
It does not look like what is it? It's 9 years old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah.
I know, that's a scary thought. The other thing is you get to play it now, with all the mod cons. So you get to play it in 1080 with party chat and just things that weren't possible at the time that we just didn't have on PS3. So you get to do it all again. It's the best it can possibly be. It feels fantastic, and I really enjoyed actually playing through the campaign as a means to remember where these maps came from and what they mean. It's like, just the campaign is fantastic, and I know there'll be a lot of people who are just looking forward to the multiplayer. Yeah. But I really, really recommend that you play the campaign.
Have a bang.
Excellent.
Have a bang on it.
So that is 5 reasons. I probably could have written a lot more. Why you need to play Modern Warfare Remastered, hopefully again, but also if you haven't, I'm very jealous because you get to experience it for the first time. Do comment to let us know what you're looking forward to about the game, and if you're any good, like this video if you like this video, and subscribe so you don't miss anything from the world of PlayStation.